Yeah, it's awesome. Miami's a great bowl location, and I remember one of the coach's first things that he said last football season was that he wanted to play anywhere around a beach. So that was his goal every year, and that's what we're doing. So. And yeah, the bowl prep started yesterday in terms of being here, and first practice was a good one, and try and make it 2 today.
Talk about this process and the time that you've had to kind of get better and stronger since you were hurt.
Yeah, a couple weeks off really helped the body recover. And having more than just 3 or 4 or 5 days to prepare for this opponent, I think has helped, and not just myself, but the whole team.
Do you think the offense is in better shape overall than it was maybe at the end of the regular season?
Yeah, I think guys are definitely getting healthier, which is always a plus.
Did you play better than you even thought you would this season? When you came in, did you have any expectations?
No, I obviously believed in myself and thought I was going to do well, and but yeah, I mean, every game my goal was to get better and better, and there was a point in the season where the trajectory was on a very upward trend, and didn't play that well in Iowa, and then got banged up, and then did all I could versus Ohio State, and I think we performed well as an offense as a whole. But yeah, now it's basically year 2 as a starter. This bowl prep has, in my mind, been the start of my year 2. So that's where I really need to take the biggest leap.
How differently are you looked at by teammates on the offense, say now, than at the beginning of, say, the fall when you were still just fighting for the job?
Right. Yeah. I think that guys kind of look at me as a leader of the offense, and because of the 11 games that I was able to play in this year and start in, so that's obviously good, but I've got to continue to do more and prove myself as their leader.
Given that standing, do you embrace the role of getting after guys?
Yeah, when it needs to be done. I'm not the type of guy that just does it just to do it, but if I see a window that needs to be addressed, then I will, but I like to just lead by example typically.
So what are the areas you want to improve the most in year 2?
I think decision making at all times. I think it was sharp most of the year, but there was some mental errors that were easily avoidable on interceptions where I just could have gone somewhere else with the ball or not forced the ball into a tight window. And then, I think I was okay at going through my progressions this year, but I definitely want to get even better at that. You watch me. I watch so much Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers film with Coach Fish, and those guys just go through all 5 progressions almost every play. So I want to do that too.
I apologize if I'm mixing people up. Did you say that after a bye that you had gone through and looked at every single play? So did you do any of that during this time off?
Yeah.
What did you do during that time off?
That week after the Ohio State game, watched the Ohio State game a couple times, and then went through from the bye week to the end of the season and watched every rep, and just kind of figured out the areas that I made a point of emphasis to improve on during that bye week. Could I check that off? Some I could, some I couldn't, and I need to focus on the ones that I did check off just as well as the ones I didn't check off.
What were you happy about?
I started driving the ball a lot more after that Rutgers game. I think Coach made that point to me, Coach Harbaugh and Coach Fish, and I was able to do that, I think. And just not second guessing any throws, being able to go through the progression as soon as I see it, just let it rip.
How tough is it to sit down for a game where the result isn't going to be what you want, and it's going to be painful to watch?
Yeah, no, it's a bummer to sit there and watch film. It's tough. Yeah, I watched that Ohio State game a couple times that week, and then about 2 weeks ago I watched it again. Just in terms of finding little things that you maybe didn't see before going through the film, just fine tuning. So, but yeah, it's a little pit in your stomach when you watch it.
So can you look at it analytically without getting caught up in the result? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not watching the TV copy where that's where you get caught up. But I'm just watching it on our film system where it's just cut up after cut up.
Does that make this game all the more important to not finish on 2 in a row?
I think it's a very important game because it's the next game. That's been our mindset all year. Every week is a championship week, and this isn't the playoffs, but it's one of the closest bowls to it. So that's our mindset, and that's why it's vital for us to get this win.
How tough was